learning to code. Day 120 marks the end of 4 months, which means we are now a third of the way through the year, which is good times. We have conquered, let's see how many courses we've conquered. I think it's 14 courses, maybe 15. We've got, so 15 or 14 skills completed. Really, it's more of courses. There were some overlap. I guess it's skills. Things like deploy a website. Those kind of giddy and HTML-y. HTML and CSS were in, that was basically, HTML and CSS was the intro course, the Learn HTML and CSS part 1. It was also in Make a Website, it was also in Deploy a Website, it was also in HTML and CSS itself, so 14's kind of, that's a soft 14. They're being generous with that. So yeah, we'll call it courses completed. That's definitely more accurate by our standards. So with that said, we are continuing on from yesterday at 52% of the way through Ruby. And you know what, before we dive through that, as a total, hey look, they added another course. Learn responsive design. Interesting. Okay, very cool, because they just added this probably 3 to 4 days ago. Learn JavaScript and control flow. Then they just added learn responsive design. And get to the new stuff once we make it to the end. Yeah, because it's a race against the clock to get to PHP. Just because we're getting through Ruby, we need to learn Java. We've got a general understanding of SQL, but PHP is really the only one that stands out that's actually on the chopping block of courses that will be eliminated, not just updated. So that's that. But we are about now they've got a whole new line down here, but we already had Git completed, so that kind of knocks off that last one. And when we started this journey, they didn't have these two. This is all within the last week or so that they added these 2 courses. Honestly, probably within the last 5 days. But anywho, so that's 2 full lines completed. Then there's the middle 2 lines, and I believe there were 6 lines total before. These would be this would be line 5, this would be line 6, and this is the start of line 7. So we've got rows completed, 2 additional ones at the top, and yeah, plenty of fun to come. PHP on the chopping block, so we've got a lot done, a good amount left, so we're about 2/3 of the way through Codecademy, and we're 1/3 of the way through the year. And yeah, good. So everything is on the up and up, mostly. And we are now diving in to today's lesson. Hey, Topher! Good times. You're here for day 120. We were just going through the breakdown of it being the end of the 4th month and 1/3 of the way through the year. So 2/3 of the way through Codecademy, in 1/3 of the year. So good times. Continuing on through Ruby, 52% of the way through. We didn't want to click on resume. That was a very noobish mistake. Lies. We're jumping back, 52%. Beautiful. Ruby. This is what we're looking at. Section 6 of 10, I believe. Yeah, 10. 11's paid for. So we're on 6 of 10. Hashes and symbols. We're definitely going to be knocking out hashes and symbols. And then I'm not sure about Night at the Movies. We're going to try to pull off a Night at the Movies, but we're definitely going to complete hashes and symbols. I say definitely, that's pending we don't run into any hilarious technical issues. The last couple days have been kind of odd, so. Good, good, good. The story so far, we've got 15 sections. Not bad at all. And we will double check OBS. We've got the mic, good. Webcam, checkity check. Little kitty, fortunately, is away. And, yeah, nice, nice. Alright. Onwards. Damn it, and now Ruby, Little Kitty is here. Son of a bitch. Topher, Ruby, death face, oh my god, little cat. There's a little mouse toy that we have, and she's just like pummeled it into the wall. Holy hell. Probably filled with like catnip or something. Yeah, I agree. That face, Topher, completely describes how the last, I don't know, week of Ruby has been. It's been grueling. I don't know, it's not very inspiring. CSS, you feel all the creative juices flowing, and HTML, it's like, I don't know, it makes it feel good. You can understand the foundation and the structure and the fundamentals of all these different websites and programs, but it's like, Ruby is just so... I think if I were to have started with Ruby, we've gone over this before, I think if I were to have started with Ruby, I might have a different view on it. Maybe it's just Codecademy's delivery of the information, but it's just... Alright. Little Kitty is, away. Yeah, exactly. Yes. She's still hunting it. Hopefully she stays down there. In fact, we're gonna see how much progress we can make while she's killing that mouse. Alright. The story so far. Recall that Ruby hashes are just collections of key value pairs where a unique key... I'm so concerned about my feet right now because they're dangling down. I am legitimately concerned, and she's getting closer and underneath the desk. It's like the Achilles tendon, and I'm seeing kitty claws slash that and me bleeding out here on the stream. Now I'm starting to sweat. It's okay. Oh my god. It's alright, don't worry. I'm gonna sit cross-legged, and that's better. All of our appendages are out of reach from said demon animal. Keep your arms and legs inside the car. It's like being on safari, except in my bedroom, but far scarier. Okay. The story so far. Recall that Ruby hashes are just collections of key value pairs. We also have a lot of crap piled up in our room currently, and just with her rampage, she's knocking over the pile of stuff. Sorry for the non-focused intro. It's just she is really amped up right now, and I'm not sure why. Okay, we're recalling Ruby hashes are just collections of key value pairs where a unique key is associated with some value. For example, breakfast, bacon, tasty, eggs, tasty, oatmeal, healthy, OJ, juicy. Remember that keys must be unique, but values can repeat. That's why we can have more than one key share the value tasty. We can create hashes several ways, but two of the most popular are hash literal notations. New hash, curly stuff, 1-to-1, and a hash constructor notation. New hash equals hash.new. Instructions: create a hash called myHash, copy, paste, using whichever method you prefer. We happen to like hash literal notation, which I think we mentioned this yesterday as we peeked at the beginning of this lesson. Literal notation is our preferred notation as well. That's what we preferred in JavaScript and whatever else we were in that used literal notation. Something about curly braces, right? Curly stuff, quotes, equals with an arrow here in Ruby. And what are we doing? Create a hash called myHash. 2? Is that cool if we just kind of copy their number example. There you go. That's hot. That's hot. All right, listen. Iterating over hashes. We can also iterate over hashes using .each method. For example, we do my hash .each do key value puts key, comma, my hash more keys end. To print out a list of keys and values from my hash, each on its own line. Instructions. Iterate over the mats, probably mats, doesn't matter. It's the dude's name. It's a reference to the dude who made Ruby. I know that much. Probably not important, Stephen. Hash and print each value in the console using puts. Don't print out the keys. Duck. Hint, your code should look very similar to the example in the instructions, except it should only put mods keys. I think that's literally the answer too. Pretty sure it is, because that's all they want. Yep, put mods keys. Fire of A. Oh, just kidding. It looks like you didn't print Yukihiro's using puts. What? Key value, key comma value key. I think I've invested too little mental thought into this. Iterate over the mods hash. Print out each value to the console log using puts. Don't print out the keys. Oh, it was right in our face. Bad keys. Keys are bad. So we want... Oh, and it looks exactly like this, but we're going to have value instead of key. So I'm just going to steal this. Because Ruby is awful. I think I need to practice Ruby on my own outside of it. It's very much like Python. JavaScript, that vibed well. Same with jQuery. Python, I know it's good. I know it's fun. I think I need to do my own personal side project with it. Same thing with Ruby. I'm sure it's super fantastic in the right situations. I just need to do my own side project with it, and I think life will be better. Value. Do. Save and submit. We're getting closer. Oh, wow, I'm all I'm doing is thinking of copying and pasting. This is why we should do late streams, because my mental capacity is just barely there. Puts. We don't need key, comma, anything. We would just do mods value. At least in my mind, I would just do mods value. Mats. Looks like you didn't print hero. First name. Maybe we needed that. I don't know. Ruby's just awful. That's the other thing. This is also a sign. I've been very aware, because I've been going through rather slowly, each one, how it feels as I learn each language. Like for me personally, in other languages, I would be interested and invested in trying to figure out what's wrong. I just don't have a drive to figure out what the issue is in Ruby. We've gone 120 plus days, or 120 days now. All the other languages have been mostly interesting. Ruby has just been like a stab to the lung. I don't know what it is. There's something about it that's just meh. Okay, so let's pretend if Ruby were more interesting, .each, do something, key comma value, I would put key give a damn mods value end. Maybe? First name, last name, nationality. Limey. What if I change this to key? What did it print when it was key? They had puts key. My hash key. Oh, so it needs to be value. They're telling me what to do with their subtlety of their example. Read between the lines, Stephen. Oh, as I say example out loud, that's what I put. Value. Okay, there we go. Everything's mostly better. Ta-da! We figured it out. It's issues like Section 2 why we probably won't finish the activity, and A Night at the Movie activity after all this. If it's 15 sections of hell like this, we may not even make it to the end of this, but we're going to try our best. So, hopefully there aren't many nightmares like Section 2. 3. Nil, a formal introduction. What happens if you try to access a key that doesn't exist, though? In many languages, you'll get an error of some kind. Not so in Ruby. You'll instead get the special value nil. Whoa, hold on. They're finally explaining what the hell nil is. It's just dawning on me now. Okay, so why does nil keep showing up? Something that Ruby says is interesting, irrelevant, one of those words. Nil, a formal introduction. What happens if you try to access a key that doesn't exist, though? So a key that doesn't exist. When we're trying to access a key that doesn't exist. In many languages, you'll get an error of some kind. Not so in Ruby. You'll instead get the special value nil. Along with false, nil is one of the two non-true values in Ruby. We've got false, nil, and true. Every other object is regarded as truthy, meaning that if you were to type if2 or if bacon, the code in that if statement would be run. It's important to realize that false and nil are not the same thing. False means not true, while nil is Ruby's way of saying nothing at all. Like the difference between 0 and nil, or a null value. 0 is an actual, like, value, or it's a thing. It shows 0, but that would be different if you had 0 versus null or nil. That's two different things. So yes, good. Same concept. All right. So that's what that is. So every time we've seen nil in the background, it must be when they have us, maybe does their hint something? Like when they have us run something that's shown either in the example or over here, there's usually probably code in the background. Like when we run a code and we have the wrong code and there's the error message. Oh my god, little cat. No. There you go. We're too early in the stream for you to destroy it. What were we saying? Something about nil. Oh, a lot of the times it seems like they have keys, or in Ruby, to use proper terminology, hashes that they don't show on screen that are related to the activity in its entirety. So it sounds like that's where the nil is being triggered. When we reference something that isn't part of the hash that is running or referenced in the background, that's where I believe nil is coming from. Okay. Good. What do we need to do? Go ahead, try to access a key in creatures that doesn't exist. Okay, so hash name key. So creatures. Creature. Yep, we know what's going down. We're gonna put little kitty. Can we see her just chilling? Yeah, you can see her. as the evil builds inside her. Little kitty. And run, save and submit. Pair with your oh, I use curly braces instead of brackets. Typical. What a noob. 120 days later, still have your training wheels. Damn straight. Okay. Creature, little kitty. Save and submit. Uninitialize constant context kitty. Did I miss something? Wino Zoidberg? There's an error with your code. Yeah, it hates you. I'm gonna drop in their hint. Although, oh, they've got it in quotes. God damn it. Noob-tastic. Swear to God. Little kitty, this is your fault. I don't know why, but it is. Normally, it's my fault, but in this instance, no. Look at that. Nil. Nil strikes again. Now it's far less ominous and far less frustrating. Why did they wait so long to tell us? More than 50% of the way through Ruby? And it showed up on nearly every single activity when we run it. I totally get that it's part of hashes and stuff, and it's for when there's an empty value and they don't want to overwhelm you. True, we were able to make it through everything else, but since it showed up every single time, I don't know, it just seemed a little odd. And now we know. Session 4 of 15. This is gonna take forever. Okay. Setting your own default. You don't have to settle for nil as a default value, however. Interesting. If you create your hash using the hash.new syntax, you can specify the default like so. My hash equals hash.new Brady Blix? What? Now if you want to try to access a non-existent key, my hash, you'll get Trady Blix instead as a result. You can always read more hashy goodness in the official Ruby documentation. Let's see, where does it take us? rubydoc.org. Hashdy hash. A hash is a collection of key values similar to other things. Good, good, and good. Hash things and more hash things. Fun, fun, and fun. Let's close that for now. Instructions. In the meantime, create a hash called no-nil-hash. Copy. Give it a default value other than nil. So let's do no-nil-hash equals hash capital dot new, new, followed by null. Hopefully that's not too on the nose. Alright. I'm assuming null has a value since it didn't show Trady Blix. What if we type something nully? Oh, it's just all empty. Cool. Save and submit. Green check mark. 5 of 15. A key of a different color. We can certainly use strings as Ruby hash keys as we've seen. We can certainly use strings as Ruby hash keys as we've seen. There's always more than one way to do something in Ruby. However, the Rubyist approach would be to use symbols. What? Instructions. Check out the code in the editor. Those funny looking variables that start with colons are symbols. Okay, giraffe, wizard, elves, canaries, and ham. Click Save and Submit to see the code. What happens when you head to the next section for a symbol rundown? Foxes are 2. If this menagerie confuses you, don't worry, it confuses us too. Where does the link go? Poignant. An elf and his pet ham. Wow, this is some serious Ruby humor, apparently. A giraffe surrounded by wizards. Microscopic canaries. This guide is a verbal showcase of life. Yeah, I don't think I'm quite cool enough yet to get all this. Thanks to Wise Poignant Guide, even infants can learn Ruby. It's just that simple. Class Self. I'm deeply touched by this strange book. Wise Poignant Guide to Ruby. Seriously, I feel great inside. Like the cavity of my body is filled with an avocado mayonnaise whip. Scary. I'm small. I have adventures. Okay. Now you get to start the book. Turn page. I am just beyond confused. All this did was hurt my mind. I'm assuming it's great. We're just gonna give it a gold star in the meantime, and just agree that I'm not cool enough to be in the cool club. Alright, so different kind of color. They said just run it and be happy. Fox, 2, giraffe, wizard, elves, canaries, ham. The many faces of symbol. What's a symbol? You can think of a Ruby symbol as some sort of name. It's important to remember that symbols aren't strings. String equals. String is equal, :string, #false. Let's keep reading because I'm confused. Above and beyond the different syntax, there's a key behavior of symbols that makes them different from strings. While there can be multiple different strings that all have the same value, there's only one copy of any particular symbol at a given time. Okay, so it's kind of like unique IDs for what is it? CSS, HTML, one of those. There's a unique ID involved somewhere in there. Okay, there's only one copy, blah, 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 instructions. The .object ID method gets the ID of an object. It's how Ruby knows whether two objects are the exact same object. Run the code in the editor to see that the two strings are actually different objects, whereas the symbol is the same object listed twice. Puts string object ID is its own beast. Puts string.object ID again, although it's all the same code, two different objects. Versus here, put symbol.object ID. It's in two places at once. It's the same exact guy. Let's go ahead and run that. 7971583 versus 7971380 versus 319848. Cool. And nil again. I'm assuming this list of numbers, the hash values, I'm assuming, or something related to that. There's something about how it got called. Because between here and somewhere in the background, there's these fun numbers being referenced, and wherever they're calling that from, there apparently is that null value. Something is being called that doesn't quite exist or fit right. Ergo, we end up with nil. Good. And now we know. Right, symbol syntax. Symbols always start with a colon. They must be a valid Ruby variable name. So the first character after the colon has to be a letter or underscore. After that, any combination of letters, numbers, and underscores is allowed. Make sure you don't put any spaces in your symbol name. If you do, Ruby will get confused. My symbol, don't do this. My symbol, do this instead. Instructions. Alright, time to create your first Ruby symbol. Create a regular old variable called my first symbol. Set it equal to any valid symbol you like. I'm going to do the same thing. Now, we're going to do little kitty again. Is she? Thought I saw a glimpse of white. Looking behind is difficult. There she is. There she is. Little kitty. Underscore. Kitty. Meow. Hey, hey, hey. So damn cute. When you're not destroying things. Furry demon. Okay, okay. Hey, I'm gonna run my code. Save in some minute. No. Let's hit. I can't see. You have to move. Sweetheart, I love you. But you have to move. Oh, there we go. We can see that. No. You're blocking the monitor. Hey, you know what's interesting? If you were to assume the napping position, I think that would be super awesome. Hey, let's not move the mic. We gotta keep this party going. Tiny animal. No. But you need to sleep, so you're gonna go under the desk. Watch your claws. God damn you. Claws. Okay. She's assumed the napping position. This is good. Her tail's a little squirrely, but we can work with that. Better than having her jump around on the keyboard. Okay, we are good. We are mostly good. Can't really breathe, but that's normal. 8 of something. Wow, her tail is just thwapping away. Alright, what are symbols used for? Let's reset the code. Felt like something happened. She probably touched something. What are symbols used for? Symbols pop up in a lot of places in Ruby, but they're primarily used as either as hash keys or for referencing method names. We'll see how symbols can reference methods in a later lesson. Sounds: cat, meow, dog, wolf, computer, binary, 100101110. Symbols can make good use of hash keys for a few reasons. One, they're immutable, meaning they can't be changed once they're created. Only one copy of any symbol exists at a given time, so they save memory. And then symbols as keys are faster than strings as keys because of the above 2 reasons. And we're dying because of little kitty. Instructions: add at least 2 more keys to the symbol hash, replacing blah blah blah. The keys should all be symbols. Their associated values can be anything you like. You could start a hash like so: symbol hash 1, 2, 1, and then at least 2 more. So let's do 2. Deuce. Race. And they say add at least 2. And they've got the comma. So let's just go ahead and add a third, which will be 4. 4. Oh god, we did that wrong. Equals 4. And we're good. Save and submit. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Green check mark. Good, good, good. And we're chatting, and we're chatting. I left chat on my phone, and now we're back. We're good. Converting between symbols and strings. Converting between symbols and strings is a snap. Sasquatch dot to underscore s. Sasquatch dot to sim. The dot to s and the dot to sim method are what you're looking for. Instructions. We have an array of strings that we'd like to later use as hash keys, but we'd rather they be symbols. To create a new variable, symbols, and store an empty array. Whoa. 1. Create a new variable, symbols, and store an empty array in it. Close. Use dot each to iterate over the strings array. For each s in the string, use dot to symbol to convert s to a symbol, and use dot push to add that new symbol to symbols. Click hint for a refresher on dot each and dot push. Yeah, we're dead. Hint, you can use dot each to loop through an array. Remember, the dot push method allows you to add an element to the end of an array. Numbers 1 through 6. Evens is empty. Numbers dot each do number. If number modulo 2 is equivalent to 0, evens will push the number. That ends the if statement. That ends the method. And then we're printing evens, which will print 2, 4, and 6. Okay, so let's I sort of want to steal theirs, kind of want to just write down. We have strings. Now add your code below. So 1, symbols. Symbols equals empty stuff. We've got strings dot each do vertical stuff. Strings if strings something. What do they need? Use dot each to iterate over strings. Or maybe we don't need an if. For each s in strings, use toSim to convert. So for, can we do a for loop? Hopefully we can. For each s. Oh, I guess that's what they want us to call it. So for s. For s. For each s. I'm not sure, it's all starting to fall apart. To end. And there's probably something that's happening here. And print something. maybe we don't need to print anything. It doesn't look like they actually have print here. Print was only down here. So let's go ahead and run that. Did you create a variable called symbols? Symbols? I kind of feel like it did. Did we spell it wrong? Symbols. Right there. Should be fine. Expecting a colon or an or. Ruby. And submit. Not too sure. This is bad. I'm gonna steal this. Stuck on converting between symbols and strings. I'm stuck with converting symbols 9 out of 15. This is what came up. Blah diddly blah. Did anyone point out what I'm missing here? The each method repeats the block once for every member of an array, but the returns the original array. In other words, something.each has the exact same value as something, consequently saying symbols equals dot string each do a, no matter what goes in here, end, is the same as saying symbols equals strings. To avoid this issue, remove symbols equals before the strings dot each. That bit. Got it, thank you. So we're going to trust this dude's code. Oh, symbols array new. You know, I don't know how I feel about that. Prefer the literal notation. But let's take a gander, because we can. Let's actually do it in the middle, shall we? So symbol dot equals array new. Symbol equals string each do a. Strings. Why is mine so different? Maybe I shouldn't have copied theirs so specifically. What else? Are we missing anything? Everything seems to be mostly okay. They were saying we don't need the sex symbols equals, though. Just do that. Now that gives us the green. What about, little cat? I'm trying to... I can't see. You're in the way. You're too furry. Where am I looking? Dot each Ruby symbols away new. Yeah, you're good. Hey, look, cat, if you don't want to be here, then you can easily go away. That's how I feel about that. No. Disgusting. We were looking at something. We were looking at something. HTML and Python and Ruby. Hey, go away. No, this is no place for a little kitty. Go be loved somewhere else. Fly, furry demon. Okay. Good. She took the hint. Normally she's not that responsive. Perhaps she's just completely lost interest after 120 days. Fuckers. I know we got the green, but I forget I had a question about something going somewhere. Oh, it was getting to 5. I wanted to close this and get rid of 5x. Save and submit. Ta-da, there we go. Yeah, that's no longer needed because we're using symbol equals array.new. We've got strings. Let's space that out. Strings equals do blah do tab enter end. Close that. Save and submit. Boom. Green check mark in the bag. Beautiful. All right. Many paths to the same summit. Remember, there are always many ways of accomplishing something in Ruby. Converting strings to symbols is no different. Besides using the .toSim, you can also use .intern. Little cat, what the hell are you chewing on? Good God, she is just... She's got one of her toys under a shirt, and she's just clawing it into... I don't know. Clawing into the night. Many paths to the same summit, something about differences in symbols. Besides using .toSim, you can also use .intern. This will internalize the string into a symbol and works just like .toSim. Hello.intern goes to hello. When you're looking at someone else's code, you might see .toSim or intern or both when converting a string, when converting strings to symbols. Okay, we might see either one when converting strings to symbols. Instructions. Update your code from the last exercise to use .intern instead of toSim. So, copy, paste, run. Very cool. It worked. Onwards. 11 of 15. You're finally in the last section, the marriage of hashes and symbols. All aboard the hash rocket. Okay. Hash rocket. Sounds frustrating. The hash syntax you've seen so far with the blah symbol between keys and values is sometimes nicknamed the hash rocket style. Number, rocket 1, rocket 2, rocket 3. This is because the blankety blank looks like a tiny rocket. Let's build a hash from the ground up using symbols as keys. Alright, create a hash called movies with symbols as keys and strings as values. Equals. One. Inside your hash, add 2 key value pairs. The keys should be the names of movies. The values should be quick descriptions or reviews. Okay, so let's do Rush. I guess it should be lowercase. Does it matter if it's capital or lowercase? Kind of feel like it should be lowercase. Rocket Life. And strings. Don't mind the dying. Totally normal. Totally normal. Rush. Something or other. All that comes to mind is super awesome racing movie, which is what we're going to go with. Here we go. And then, you know what? We're also going to do another car film. Truth in 24. Although, you know what? I think technically it's the truth in 24, but you know what? Maybe it's just truth in 24. That's an Audi documentary for their Le Mans LMP1 prototype program. Yeah, fantastic. Do. Copy. Documentary. I think that's it. That is it. Save and submit. It hates everything we did. Did you create a variable called movies? Kinda. Close. It doesn't like what we did. Oh, it's the underscore issue. The underscore issue. My bad. Typical. Always forgetting things. Green check mark. Perfect. Onwards. The hash rocket has landed. However, the hash syntax has changed in Ruby 1.9. Just when you were getting comfortable, the good news is that the new syntax is easier to type than the old hash rocket syntax, and if you're used to JavaScript objects or Python dictionaries, it will look very familiar. New hash? Oh, it's identical. It's just the colons. The two changes are, at least it seems identical from what I recall. It's been a while since we've done the JavaScript course and the Python course. But it feels familiar. The two changes are you put the colon at the end of the symbol, not at the beginning, and you don't need the hash rocket anymore. It's important to note that even though these keys have colons at the end instead of the beginning, they're still symbols. Puts new hash 1, 2, and 3. From now on, we'll use the new 1.9 hash syntax when giving examples or providing default code. You'll want to be familiar with the hash rocket style when reading other people's code, which might be older. Up your hash from the previous exercise to use the new 1.9 hash syntax instead of the older hash rocket syntax. Let's get rid of you and get rid of you. Dropping in our new colons. Hashtag colon life. Save and submit. Friendly green check marks for everybody, and we continue on. Dare to compare. We mentioned the hash lookup is faster with symbol keys than with string keys. Here we'll prove it. The code in the editor uses some new syntax, so we don't worry about understanding all of it just yet. It builds two alphabet hashes, one that pairs strings with their place in the alphabet, A with 1, B with 2, and one that uses symbols, A with 1, B with 2, and we'll look up the letter R 100,000 times to see which process runs faster. Good to keep in mind that the numbers you'll see are only fractions of a second apart, and we did the hash lookup 100,000 times each. Not much of a performance increase, but to use symbols in this case, but it's definitely there. The numbers don't lie. Click Save and Submit to see the code for yourself. Require benchmark. String AZ hash AZ to a zip 1 to 26 to A. Symbol A to Z to a zip 1 to 26 to A. String time benchmark dot real time do 100,000 times. String A through Z R end. Symbol time benchmark real time do 100,000 times. Symbol AZ R end. Puts string time seconds. Puts symbol time seconds. Okay. We got it. We're good. And now let's go ahead and save and submit code, and we will see it's going to run 100,000 times. I'm assuming it actually won't take very long to run this and to get our answer. But regardless, symbol will be faster than string. At least that's what they're telling us, to track down R 100,000 times. So, go time. We're ready, we're set, and fire. Wow, it was done extremely quickly. But nevertheless, string time 0.02 blah 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 seconds versus 0.00924 seconds. So I want to see if it gives us, if it has consistent result times. We're going to try it again. That was 210, 212, 2 zeros, 92. Here we go again. 216, 2 zeros, 95. That's pretty impressive. So it is fairly accurate, or consistent. Definitely accurate. Consistent. Actually, I think that's the same as the first time we got it. We're extremely close. So that's cool. Good to know. So I'm assuming if we were running a much larger program, a lot more complex, using the benefit of symbols, you go to query or run something, that will benefit you in the long run on a larger scale, more so than rocking the strings. So we move on. We're so close. We're on 14 of, well, next lesson, 14 of 15. We are coming to the end. So very close. Becoming more selective. We know how to grab a specific value from a hash by specifying the associated key. We know how to grab a specific value from a hash by specifying the associated key, but what if we want to filter a hash for values that meet certain criteria? For that, we can use .select grades, Alice 100, Bob 92, Chris 95, Dave 97, grade select name grade less than 97, spits out Bob and Chris, grade select KVK, Alice is 100. In the example above, we first create grades hash that maps symbols to integers. Then we call the .select method and pass in a block of code. The block contains an expression for selecting matching key value pairs. It returns a hash containing Bob and Chris. Finally, we call the .select method again. The block looks only for the key Alice. This is an inefficient method of getting a key value pair, but it shows that .select does not modify the hash. Here we're using name or K to stand for the key, and grade or V to stand for the value. But as usual with blocks, you can call your variables whatever you like. Instructions, probably low. Let's open the hint. There we go. Hopefully that's a little more visible. Create a new variable, good movies, set it equal to the result of calling .select on movie ratings, selecting only movies with ratings strictly greater than 3. You want to select values that are greater than 3, not greater than or equal to 3. Okay, so new variable, good movies, equals movie ratings, .select, we do parameter or probably that. Grade select, name, comma, grade. Oh, it's this. It's going to be all of that. Copy. Curly braces. So we've got, we'll call it name, comma, score. Or rating. What did they call it? They called it Oh, we were going with rating. Okay. Rating. Greater than 3. Cool. Okay, and we're gonna run that, save and submit. Boom. Green check mark. Beautiful. Primer, The Matrix, Truman Show, Skyfall, Lion King. I agree with all of that. Good times. Okay, so let's go ahead and start next lesson. Section 15. More methods, more solutions. Great work. We've often found we only want the key or value associated with the key value pair, and it's kind of a pain to put both in our block and only work with one. Can we iterate over just keys or just values? This is Ruby. Of course we can. Ruby includes 2 hash methods, .each key and .each value, that do exactly what you'd expect. My hash 1, 2, 3, my hash .each key, k print k blah. My hash each value, v print v blah diddly blah. Let's wrap up your study of Ruby hashes and symbols by testing out these methods. Go ahead and print out just the titles of our movie using puts. So let's do copy. What should we do? Is all we need the key bit? Copy. Puts. Key value. I think we still need the curly stuff. Yeah, we need the curly stuff. Of course we do. Keys and values. Very nice. Save and submit code. Something, something, something. Looks like you didn't print out memento using puts. Do we have to do it for each one? I must be missing something. Go ahead and print out just the titles of our movie using puts. Ew. Let's try that. Save and submit. Go ahead. Print out just the titles. Just the titles. Oh, K, comma, V. There we go. No. This is bad. And this is where it all falls apart yet again. My hash 1, 2, 3. My hash each key K print. Blah blah blah. Movie ratings dot each key. Something about something. Copy. Something about something somewhere. I know we're so close, but my mental capacity is just completely diminished. This late. Solved. Solved is good. Puts movie ratings dot each key K print after. Hey, I tried out this exercise, but there's a problem. I used the code. After committing, I'm getting, oops, try again, you didn't print out memos. Maybe I missed anything? Oops, not seeing. Change of prints to put works now. Am I tripping? He's got puts. Sorry, didn't get it. I'm stuck on the exact problem. Can you please share your workaround? Thanks a lot. Under instructions, it says to print, but it actually wants you to use puts. What are they talking about? So it says puts. Do they actually want me to print? No? Looks like you didn't print out. Oh, memento using puts. I see memento there. Puts. Who knows? Let's go ahead and close that. There's gotta be more to it. Not seen. Copy. Mine looks pretty damn identical to his. Puts movie rating dot each key k print k. We can comment out mine and try running his. Save and submit. Doesn't like it. Doesn't like it. Let's back out. Let's try another one. There's still plenty more forum pages to look at. $15 more solutions. More methods, more solutions. We gotta be close. Hey guys, having trouble. Here's my code. Obviously, seems to not be working, please. Movie ratings dot each k print k. Hi, you're not supposed to delete the original code for movie ratings. Supposed to. Yeah, I figured it out. Thanks. Someone tell me what's wrong with my code. Again, looks like you didn't print out things in advance. 2 replies. First, the exercise asks you to puts in the iterator, not to print it. Second, it asks you to puts out the title, which refers to the keys. At last, you only need a single line of code in the end. Change all prints to puts. Without rating, select KV. Puts K. Oh my god. It's not here, and I'm not putsing here. I'm calling it. It's doing this. I'm instructing it to say, hey, look at movie ratings for each key, and then we break it down. And we're putsing them. Damn. Good. I wouldn't want day 120 to end any other way, with a spectacular crash and burn. That's how we want to complete our 4th month of coding. Learning the hard way, falling on our face, and continuing on. That right there, that's what we needed. And now we really have learned our lesson. Good, good, good. Save and submit. Ta-da! Memento and all the other movie titles. Full glory. You earned a badge. Hashes and symbols. Good. That's about as much fun as we can handle for one evening. Especially with ending on that nightmare. So let's go ahead and close out of this. We will look at what is on the horizon for tomorrow, a night at the movies. In this project, we'll use our knowledge of Ruby hashes and symbols to construct a program that displays, adds, updates, and removes movie ratings. Start lesson. What you'll be building. Keeping track of all the parts of our digital lives is a pain. Now you know how to write Ruby. However, you can make things easy for yourself. Let's start by creating a program that will keep track of our movie ratings tomorrow. That's right, day 121. We're saving this activity for tomorrow. In the meantime, day 120 tonight is coming to an end. Go ahead and close out of this. Let's see where we stand. That is for our 4th month of coding and a third of the way through the year. We are currently finishing up the night 57% of the way through Ruby and 1,395 points to our name, confusion, success, all of that fun, and 194 badges. Good, good, good. Alright, well, thank you to anyone and everyone who may have stopped by. Topher, thank you for stopping by. Anyone else who may have ventured in here on purpose or by accident, whether it was tonight or over the last 120 days, I greatly, greatly appreciate it. Good, good, good. Alright, let's go ahead, back out of all of this, and power down the stream. The adventure continues tomorrow. In the meantime, we are stopping. Are you sure you want to stop the stream? Hell yeah. Kill it!